The theory of cultural geographies is the study of time and place within cinema. These films typically emphasize cultural identities and symbolic meanings through landscapes. In combination with elements of eco-cinema, cultural geographies contributes to an overall sense of meaning between humans and the natural environment. These ideas are particularly represented in the film Still Life by director Jia Zhangke while he questions the unique relationship between humans and nature. Films often use their landscape or environment to convey important messages, but what does creating meaning between humans and the environment actually mean in the world of cinema? Author Yi-Fu Tuan is known for exploring the theories defining the ideas of space and place in relation to the human experience. He highlights the idea that many social forces such as cultural background, ideology, etc., have an impact on how one views a specific space. He breaks these concepts by defining both spaces and places. Spaces can be defined as open-ended, without limits, with an offer of freedom. In other words, spaces are locations that do not necessarily have any emotional ties to them. Spaces are often locations that can simply be plotted on a grid. They are socially constructed, yet do not build meaning through social personal connections. In these situations, the background of the person often has no impact on the way they view the space, as they typically have a specific purpose. Some examples of this may include a mall, an airport, or an industrial park. Each of these spaces has an inherent purpose, though their meanings do not come from the human connections inside of them. Places, on the other hand, are limited, closed, potentially linked to a feeling of restriction, but also to homeliness, familiarity, and a sense of identity and ownership. In other words, places are known for being significant because of what they mean to a select group of people. Along with this, places can also be inherently meaningful, like a monument or famous landmark. They are unique for their tone and feeling, unduplicatable. They are not only defined by their physical architecture and attributes, but also their emotional meanings through people over time. Places do not necessarily have to be man-made to have meaning either, as natural landscapes have held meaning through different cultures passing through them over time. Places, unlike spaces, depend on the background of the viewer, as that is where meaning often comes from. One of the major genres within film that focuses on these ideas of space and place is called eco-cinema. The genre answers questions about the true relationship between cinema and the environment, and how they produce new connections between cultures, spaces, places, and people. The overarching purpose of eco-cinema is to create discourse about the role of humans in the environment, though films sometimes do not directly address it. Eco-cinema initially started as a way of viewing animals in their natural habitat. However, in today's world, eco-cinemas are now focused on resisting the destruction of our planet in hopes for emerging activism. They tend to have perspectives of pro-environment, pro-conservation, and pro-sustainability. In terms of style, many eco-cinema films fall under the documentary category, as they use slow pacing and still cinematography, which is evident in the film Still Life. Some other examples include An Inconvenient Truth, Night on Earth, and River Blue. Eco-cinema overall combines ideas of ecology, environments, and eco-criticism in order to push the boundaries and force environmental discourse. The film Still Life, directed by Jia Zhangke, is representative of the ideas found in the theory of cultural geographies and eco-cinema. The film explores the unique relationship between humans and nature by highlighting the destruction and reconstruction following the flooding of the Three Gorges Dam in Fengxi, China. Throughout the narrative, the film seems to combine elements of nature and humanity. Many of the scenes or shots within the scenes show some element of nature while also showing some of the industrialization as well. The juxtaposition is emphasizing the hand-in-hand relationship between nature and humans. The overarching angle that this film holds is stating that human action, whether good or bad, has a much bigger impact on the environment than we may realize. With that being said, though humans have a major role in the degradation of the environment, we also have a major role in repairing the environment as well. The community of Fengxi, represented in Still Life, is a prime example of this. Though they created the dam that is destroying the city, they are also working to rebuild and fix what they destroyed. Aligning with the ideas of eco-cinema, the film's goal is to force the viewers to question their place in the environment. To effectively create this message, the film follows a simple narrative structure, uses static cinematography, and a symbolic soundtrack. As mentioned before, each shot is framed with an element of nature and something human. In addition, the sounds heard throughout the film often combine a sound from nature and a sound from humans, such as a river flowing or the construction sites. Each of these styles are effective in subconsciously allowing the viewer to be thinking about the human versus nature relationship. In terms of the ideas of spaces and places within still life, the Fengji community is undergoing a severe transition period as they are trying to rebuild their city. Because of the destruction, the city is transitioning from old to new, rural to urban, leaving a lot of elements of identity up in the air. While the physical structures are undergoing serious change, so are the residents. What was once considered a place of meaning that was home to thousands is now slowly dwindling to a place with no true identity. Because of the building of the dam, many of the residents were forced to leave the area, leaving them displaced and estranged. Along with this, after the reconstruction phase of the disaster, they plan to build Western commercialized shopping centers that would then completely eliminate the history and culture of the people that were once there. The characters, though not originally from Fengji, seem to walk around the streets aimlessly with no answers, adding to the feeling of displacement. With such a unique transition period, both the city itself and the inhabitants are representative of themes of loss and identity. Overall, still life explores different aspects concerning the theories of cultural geographies and eco-cinema by highlighting the unique relationship between humans and nature. The film emphasizes the human impact on the environment through rapid industrialization by juxtaposing both elements of human and nature in balance on screen. Through its use of static cinematography, simple narrative, and compelling sounds, the film encourages all of us to reflect on where we stand in relation to the environment.